So the Houston Rockets may have found their franchise cornerstone, and it's the man on the screen right here, ALPEREN Sengun. Now, he's taken a massive leap in his second year, and specifically in these last 6 or 7 games in which KPJ's not been playing. That's not me saying KPJ's a negative to the team, but I feel like ALPEREN Sengun in a bigger role is going to be the Rockets' go-to guy, and overall he makes the offense tick and the team look better. But before I get into how good Sengun's been this season, make sure you like, subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump right into it. So far this season, Sengun's been very impressive with averages of 15.4 points per game, 8.9 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 1 block per game, on an impressive efficiency of 57% from the field and 31% from 3, even though it's on low volume. Now, I feel like ALPEREN Sengun is someone who has kind of been held back by Stephen Silas overall. I'm not directly blaming it on Silas, but the coaching staff, maybe, I don't know, but he's not been given the minutes he deserves. There's time in the clutch where he's off the floor, and I feel like Sengun's kind of being held back in certain entities, but I feel like in these last couple of games he's been given the keys to that offense, and you've seen people like Jalen Green have a 42-point game, then a 41-point game, because the offense runs better when you're kicking it to Sengun in the post, you're double teaming him, or he's gaining more traction from the defense and he kicks out, because Sengun is such a gifted passer, and he's shown that over these past couple of games with averages of 21 points, 10.7 rebounds, 6.5 assists on 69% shooting from the field. Again, this is not me bashing KPJ at all. I'm just saying that when he comes back, you may want to look at incorporating more Sengun post-ups and a more post-centric offense, because Sengun is such a gifted passer off the post, and it's been benefiting the whole offense and everyone as a whole, because in their last couple of games they may have lost some, but a lot of them have been close, and that win against the T-Wolves is very, very good, and Sengun was a massive part to play in that win. Now, this is how Sengun's shot diet looks. So if I had a criticism of Sengun, I shall get onto that in a minute, but his shot diet is as follows. He takes a lot of shots inside, and hopefully in the years to come that will diversify to a bit more mid-ranges and hopefully more catch and shoot spot threes. But from less than 8 feet from the basket, this guy is shooting 61.7%, in the restricted area 68% basically, in the paint 49%, and on hook shots 64.5%. I don't think you understand how impressive these stats are for someone who doesn't really pose a perimeter threat or a threat from outside the paint, but Sengun is so crafty inside with an array of post moves and good footwork that he can get himself a clean look, and when he gets a bit of space he knows how to convert, especially off these turnaround hook shots right here. I definitely feel like Sengun has found his place for the Houston Rockets and is definitely a franchise cornerstone, and I believe Anthony Edwards said it a couple weeks back. They need to build around Sengun. It's becoming more apparent game by game. Now, the next stages for Alpi, in my opinion, are his jump shooting and defense. For Sengun to really become their franchise cornerstone, which he's slowly becoming anyway, but to become an all-NBA type player in the future, he may have to extend that range a little bit. And I've got a player that I can compare to Sengun that did a similar kind of jump and is now an all-NBA caliber player. Defensively, Sengun does need to improve. I'm happy that he's averaging around 1 block a game, which is alright for a 7-footer, but as a whole, Sengun does have his lapses inside, but that's cool because he still puts effort on the defensive end. He just needs to work on a few things like his footwork, etc, etc. But this guy right here, Domantas Sabonis, is exactly who I want Sengun to become like, because I see the Jokic comparisons, but let's be real, Jokic is on a whole different level to everyone else, and for Sengun to get to that level, he's going to have to add a lot. I feel like Sabonis is a more realistic comparison, because Sabonis is someone who's a very talented passer out of the post, like Sengun. They both have similar type of game inside, and Sabonis year by year has been trying to add that perimeter shot, which he's been taking, even if it's not necessarily falling at an amazing clip. He's been trying to extend his range and just take more shots, and I feel like the way they play side by side is almost identical, and this is the type of player Rockets fans could look at Sengun becoming. As Sabonis is a perennial all-star, he's potentially an all-NBA player, and he's probably the second or 1A, 1B type player on the third seed Kings in the tough Western Conference. So this is the type of player you can look at Sengun potentially becoming, and if I was the Rockets coaching staff, I'd make Sengun watch hours of tape on Domantas, because he's the type of player, like I said, who Sengun should model his game after. Now, that's all I really got for this video. Nothing too tough, but I felt like after the way Sengun's been playing over this past couple of games, couple of weeks, he needs to become the #1 guy for the Rockets. That's not a slight at Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. They're all fantastic, young, upcoming, promising players, but I feel like Sengun has that X factor and probably the highest upside. So Stephen Silas, stop limiting his minutes. He's still getting 28 minutes a game, but stop taking him out in the fourth quarter. Let Sengun learn. Let him like make mistakes, because it's part of the whole thing. When it's time to win, Sengun's gonna understand these things from now and apply them for when the Rockets actually trying to flip the switch, you know what I'm trying to say. But overall, I feel like the Rockets are building something special, and if you start to build around Sengun, you're gonna see a lot of things thrive, because Jalen Green was having a lot of trouble shooting the ball this entire season, and the 2 games, which I'm not blaming KPJ, but the offenses ran through Sengun. Look how well he had a career night. He had 42 points, then 40, or 41, then 42. Either way around, I can't remember. But they were stupidly efficient, and Jalen Green looked like that number 2 pick that the Rockets fans knew they were getting. So the proof is in the pudding. Steven Silas, Raffle Stone, build around Sengun. Let him be the main factor on offense, and you'll see the results. But that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for listening, and I'm out. Peace.